Hey everyone, it's Lisa Spangler here with the video for Hero Arts. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of the new Starry Nights 2014 catalog, sharing some closer looks at the many new techniques and all that's new. So get comfy, grab a cup of your favorite hot beverage, and let's get started. So first I just had to take a minute to point out something on the cover that Erin is really super proud of, and that's that Hero Arts has won another environmental award. So check out heroarts.com/green for more. Now on with the catalog. So in this catalog we wanted to show you lots and lots of techniques, starting with this galaxy background technique that I came up with using Hero Arts sprays. So you just pre-wet your background and then take the lid off of your spray mist bottle and drop the ink directly on the wet paper. Here I use neon blue and passion flower ink, just like little touches of passion flower here and there. And it gives you this really cool background that looks like a galaxy. And you can do this with other colors too, but I found the neon blue and the passion flower just work great for a galaxy background. And here's another card that I did using the same technique, and this time I flicked on little bits of the new white, unicorn white spray mist at the end, and I'll show you more about that later. So next I wanted you to see some of the great messages that are part of the Star collection. There's just so many good ones, but I have to move on to the new 6x8 cling set. This set is all of the zodiac backgrounds, and it's just perfect for making birthday cards like these that Sally did here. So in this first one, she used a newspaper clipping of a horoscope, and she put the actual horoscope for that month as part of the set. And I just think this is too clever of an idea and makes a great masculine card too. You know how guy cards can be really hard to come up with for birthdays. And here's another one with some gold accents. I just think this is so cool. But moving on to the next page, because there's so much to show you. Starting with this card that Jennifer did with a photo of her daughter Lila from when she was born. I just think this card is so sweet and so precious to have a Star is Born stamp to go along with it. Now moving on to the next page, I wanted to share the new frame cuts. And in this catalog, we really wanted to highlight what you can do with the frame cuts and also what stamps they go with. So here I used the largest frame cut to make a star-shaped card. And it says, "You're a star," and I think that would be really fun to tuck into a lunch. And here Tammy used the "You Are a Star" stamp, and she didn't have the frame cut at the time that she made the card, but I'm sure she would have loved to have had it to save cutting it out. Now on the next page, you've seen this already on the blog, but I just thought I'd show you again really quick. This is a fun dauber technique where you white emboss a star, put daubers over top, and then mist with water and go ahead and cut it out. And it makes really fun cupcake toppers. Now on to the next page and some cards by the fabulous Julie Eversole. Here in this first one, she used a vellum star behind the word hero, and I think that's just a really cool idea to use vellum here. And then another card that Julie did using the new Find the Magic stamp, and she just used some different colors of ink in different stripes across the stamp, just inking right on the stamp. And isn't that a cool look? Now I wanted to show you this wood stamp, and it goes great with this clear set that's right here. There's so many messages, including the one that says, "Sending smiles from far away." I just thought that would be kind of fun to add to that. And here's some cards that Sally did that use this wood set, plus some of the closed clear messages. So moving on to the next page, where I have another technique to share with you. So this one is a watercolor dauber background technique, and I listed the colors that I used here. And all you do is tap your colors on an acrylic block. Here I apply them in circles, starting with yellows in the center and then working my way out. And then I mist it with water and place a piece of paper over top of the acrylic block so it picked up all of the color. Then when it was dry, I went ahead and stamped the flower over the top and I cut it out. but it would have been so much cooler if I would have had this matching frame cut that goes with that flower. And then also in that clear set, there's this really pretty poppy stamp. And this is another one that you can do so many techniques with. Here I applied watercolors right to the stamp and then misted it and stamped it. So moving on to the next stamp, because I have so much to show you. This is a wood stamp called Flowers on a Stem. And I did the same technique here where I applied watercolors to a stamp and then misted and stamped it. And I've had so many questions about that grass. I just painted that with a brush. Okay, so moving on to the next page, I just had to take some time and tell you about this night and day flower set. It has several stamps that have solid stamps and then the matching outline to go along with it. And there's so many things you can do. Here I just stamped the outline in blue and the solid stamp in pink. And doesn't that look cool? Here I used the solid stamp twice, once in peach and once in soft vanilla, and then I stamped over it again in blue. And then this last card shows how you can just use the outline stamp just all on its own, and here I just watercolored the inside. I just think these flowers are so pretty. It's like one of my favorite stamps. And one last one, here I made a dauber background like I showed you before, and then I stamped over top of it. And one last stamp on that page is the Antique Gratitude Bouquet. I just think it's going to be a classic. Now on the next page, I wanted to show you the Flower Garden set. This is going to be a cool stamp for making your own designs like a wreath or anything you like. And then here we're showing the watercolor technique again, where you apply watercolors directly to a stamp. Now on to the next page. Here's that stamp that I used for the technique. It's the Poppy in the Wind. And then here's a new set called Hello Sunshine. And I just love the flowers in this set. I really like how detailed they are and how some have stems and the flowers separate so you can stamp them in different colors and the matching frame cuts. Now on to the next page where we have these great techniques by Kelly and Sally. First, Kelly's card. She shared this on the blog already. She used daubers and she just picked them up with her brush and watercolored directly on her card. Isn't that just so cool? And then with this card by Sally, she used the frame cuts just by themselves without the matching stamps, just cutting the flowers out of pattern papers. So you don't always have to use your frame cuts along with the matching stamp. Now on to the next page, we have some fun cards by Tammy. She used daubers once again to color in the stamps and again the stencil that's in the Thanks a Bunch card. Now on the next page we have some stamps that were released in the 2014 catalog as well as at CHA in January. But I just wanted to share this really fun birthday favor that Tammy made with the Hooray Clear set. I just love how she stamped little wrappers for candies. I think this is just too fun. And then here's a card that Julie did with the Go With The Flow whale. Isn't that cute how she cut the vellum to look like water coming out of the whale spout? How fun is that? Now on the next page we have another stamp set that was released at CHA in January. And Tammy used this set to make this really cute tag to go on a bag of coffee. I just think this makes like the perfect hostess gift if you're going to have like a little brunch or something with friends. And on the next page we have a really cool card by Sally where she used a wine label in that same little stamp set called A Little, and she added wine to the blank spot on the stamp set. Just too fun. Next, as you know, Hero Arts and Basic Grade put out lots of great collections like that Spice Market collection. And keen-eyed viewers may have spotted that there was an astronomy background stamp on some of the cards that I've shown already, and that is from the Herbs and Honey collection. But in this catalog, we've introduced the new Grand Bazaar collection and something new, stencils to go along with the stamps. I just can't wait to stamp that fox. Now on the next page we have some fancy dies. some new ones and some old ones. And here Jennifer and Kelly work their magic with the spring branch fancy die. I just think this card is so pretty. It's like one of my favorites. And here's a card that Tammy did with the fancy die, and I just love all the colors that she used here. Now I wanted to share some of the new fancy dies that are in the catalog because they're kind of hard to see just when you look at them on the page. So the first one is this film pear. It has two dies. One is a 35mm slide and the other one is a film strip. And next is this great star background, and I can't wait to use all of these little stars that will pop out when you use the die cut. I can't wait to use them as embellishments. Now for something else that's new with this release, and that is stencils, where you receive the inside of some of the stencil pieces to use as masks. So here with this cloud stencil, I placed these cloud masks down on my card, misted it with Tide Pool spray, and then I had this really great background. Now look at another new stencil. This one is called Four Feathers, and here I just tap daubers through the stencil in the traditional way, but this stencil also comes with 3 feather masks. I can't wait to use them. So now we're almost to the end, and the best has been saved for last. Here you can see 3 new sprays that came out with the catalog. There's a gold and silver metallic and an opaque white called Unicorn White. And you won't believe how shimmery and shiny the gold and silver are until you see them in real life. Here I use the gold with a new stencil. The stencil is appropriately called Starry Nights, and I just love it. And then there's also a selection of inks and daubers that go great with the Starry Nights collection. So that's it for the tour of the Starry Nights catalog. Thanks so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye!